The CDI needs no introduction. We all know Philips's multimedia format failed to make an impact on the market, with uninspired hardware and a lack of quality software. But rather than focus on these shortcomings, let's take a look at the positives. In today's episode of 5 Games, I present 5 good games for the Philips CDI. Perhaps the most well-known CDI release is Tetris. Tetris also happens to be one of the cheapest and easiest to find CDI games, making it the perfect place to start. First things first, like many CDI releases, Tetris contains a lot of interesting quirks. Pieces can only be rotated in one direction. Pressing down does not accelerate the rate of descent. Pause is mapped to the up key. There are no sound effects, and the game offers just a single mode. If you're looking for something beyond single-player classic Tetris, you'll definitely want to look elsewhere. However, what remains is pretty good. The presentation is top-notch, featuring tranquil, animated backgrounds, giving CDI Tetris a unique look and feel. The soundtrack follows suit with mellow new age tunes. The sound quality is exceptional and exactly what you would expect from a game released on a CD. The controls are also fine, being responsive if not a bit touchy using the mouse or gamepad controller. I've heard reports of input lag using the touchpad controller from people I trust, but I did not experience this phenomenon myself. While not the best version of Tetris, I do rather enjoy the unique and strangely calming qualities, and this is definitely a must-own for the system. Mutant Rampage Bodyslam is a beat-em-up and another solid game for the CDI. It's also worth noting this one requires the digital video cartridge, further increasing the cost of entry. Being a CDI game from a developer you've probably never heard of, Mutant Rampage has some issues. The moveset is incredibly limited, featuring a basic melee attack, a jumping attack, and a pair of special moves, depleting your life bar when you connect a hit. There are some grappling maneuvers, but these are risky and unreliable. While Mutant Rampage stumbles with basic gameplay mechanics, there is a lot to like here. For one, the presentation is superb with some exceptionally cheesy cutscenes attempting some sort of narrative, excellent backgrounds which rarely repeat, a wide variety of different enemies, and a decent amount of mature content. You'll see plenty of cleavage, blood, and alcohol references, which is kinda cool for a 1994 release. Still, for as good as the game looks and sounds thanks to a rocking CD soundtrack, Mutant Rampage could have been so much more. Some enemy patterns are extremely annoying, basically requiring you to use your special moves to get past. Balance issues like this really drag the experience down, and Mutant Rampage cannot hang with the best games in the genre. Still, Mutant Rampage Bodyslam offers a decent amount of fun, is exclusive, and contains just enough charm to warrant a look. If you're looking for a hidden gem, Alien Gate is about as close as it gets. Before playing it myself, I had never heard anyone speak of it, good or bad, and I came into this title completely blind. After reviewing it and receiving a ton of flack, it seems I am the only one on the planet who enjoys this game. Alien Gate leaves a bad first impression. There is no background music, and the sound effects are generic at best. Despite not looking graphically intensive, the frame rate is sluggish, and the first half dozen stages are beyond primitive, offering little challenge at all. However, as I put more and more time into the game, I really started to dig it. The controls are very smooth and responsive with the mouse, which the packaging recommends, and the enemy patterns get more challenging and complex as you progress through the game's 25 levels. You'll see nods to 80s arcade games like Centipede or Galaga, and the simple graphics and lack of background music really cement this overall feeling. Alien Gate is not a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but flying around the screen, shooting at random enemies, using a ship with arms and legs, cursing at the screen for ridiculous enemy patterns is a fun time. Alien Gate is not for everyone, but if you like early 80s arcade games, give it a shot. You might be surprised. With the CDI failing to make an impact in any market, and the already limited third-party support all but dried up, Philips in Europe actually licensed and ported a few games to keep software trickling to the system. Pac-Panic is one such game. I've yet to play this on any other platform, but from what I can tell, the folks at Philips overhauled the graphics and presentation, giving this CDI version a unique feel compared to the other versions. Per usual, the frame rate is not very good, with plenty of flickering and choppy animation, but the bright colors and catchy soundtrack more than make up for it. Pac-Panic features 3 modes. Normal mode is your classic block dropping variant. While you'll be tempted to play this like Tetris, matching crates to clear lines, you'll quickly realize this is wrong. What you really want to do is line up ghosts. Every third piece contains a Pac-Man. Pac-Man will drop until he hits a crate, and then move in the direction he started. If he hits the wall, he'll turn the other way. If there is a drop, he will drop and repeat the process until there is nowhere else to move. You'll need to avoid letting crates get on top of ghosts, as once a ghost is cut off from a Pac-Man drop, recovery can be quite tough. While hard to get into, I've really started to enjoy this mode and the unique challenge it provides. The next mode is Puzzle Mode. Here, there are 100 different puzzles to clear. You have limited Pac-Man pieces available to clear all of the ghosts, but you are given the flexibility to change the direction Pac-Man faces before he hits the playfield. Some of these puzzles are exceptionally clever and are an awesome counterpart to the normal mode. Finally, there is a 2-player mode, which I haven't played. With 3 fun modes and addictive gameplay, Pac-Panic is another solid CDI game and a must-own for the system. Last but not least is The Apprentice. The game is a vertically scrolling platformer, and the quality is way off the charts for the system. Despite being an exclusive title from a fairly obscure developer, The Apprentice is surprisingly competent. The premise is straightforward. Guide the little wizard up or down 3 vertically scrolling levels, then finally face a boss. Once you clear the boss, you're on to the next set of levels. The levels themselves are well thought out, with logically placed enemies, platforms, items, and hazards. There are even some secret areas, forcing you to pay attention if you want to score some extra lives or bonus points. Controlling the wizard is also a breeze thanks to nice momentum and excellent mid-air controls. The Apprentice even takes advantage of the digital video cartridge, which adds sound effects as well as expands the soundtrack. But of course, being a CDI game, there are some strange quirks and design mishaps. First, you cannot jump and shoot at the same time. The second issue is you can't move until the shooting animation is complete. Sometimes you'll take a hit because while you were pressing the button to get out of the way, the firing animation wasn't finished. This leads to the biggest issue: one-hit deaths. For whatever reason, the developers didn't think to include a life bar. Occasionally, you'll find a little fairy that will take a shot for you, but more often than not, one misstep and you're toast. The Apprentice does offer a fairly liberal save and continue system, allowing you to restart from the beginning of any level, with the exception of a boss stage. Unfortunately, my personal CDI loses all of its saves when it's powered down, so there is still a big chunk of the game I haven't experienced yet. Someday, I will beat this game, but until then, I'll keep plugging away, because this is easily my favorite game on the CDI. Hey, buddy! So, there you have it, 5 good games released for the Philips CDI. Now, this is not a definitive list, nor is it intended to be a best of, and I haven't even gotten to the FMV games yet, so be sure to leave a comment and let me know which CDI games you enjoy.